So, hello guys, and welcome to part 2 of the twisted bottle. So, where we left off was lofting the whole bottle shape, twisting it with a flex, and then filleting all of the edges. So, we're now going to move on to doming. So, this is another new feature that you guys will be learning. So, doming is essentially in the features tool, but we'll have to insert it. So, if we go insert, features, and dome. So we can dome two ways. First of all, we need to select the parameters. So as you can see, it's domed up, but if we click the reverse direction tool in here, it's domed inwards now, and that's what we want. So if we just mess around with this number, so we can go 3, this is changing the depth here, so you can do 10 if you really want to, or 5, but I'll go 3 for this one. And you can most probably go with the bottom one as well, but it might be best to separate these as two different domes. So I'll just wait for Solidworks to figure it out. So yeah, so I'll do it with both of them at the same, but you can do it separately if you want to. So if you click the green tick when you're happy, as you can see now, there is a slight change and they have domed inwards. So we'll just F2 that and go bottle dome. And we've domed the top and the bottom there. So what we'll go ahead and do is now we will split the two parts. So splitting is basically making this whole part two different components. So we can edit this bottom part of the bottle and put a cut and fillets in the inside to make it look like there's liquid inside. So we'll go ahead and sketch on the either right or front plane. I'll do it on the right, and spacebar normal too, and go ahead and sketch. And all we want is a line, straight line at a horizontal across the whole body, and you can make it something like 180 or 160 away. I would say 160 away from the origin. So there you go, that's fully defined there. So if we exit the sketch now, and what we want to do is insert a split. So if we go insert, features, and split down there. So first of all, we want to select the trim tool, and the trim tool is the sketch that we drew, so that line there. And what we want to do now is cut part. So if we click cut part, it will pop up how many parts we have. So we've got two bodies that it's selected now, and we'll save these as different ones, but make sure that consume cut bodies is highlighted or ticked, as we want to consume all of the bodies within this component. But later on, if you are making your own parts and don't want it consumed, then you can untick that. So what we want to do is double click on one of the bodies and save it as this will be the bottom, so bottom twisted bottle, and I'll call it 3. And then we want to save the top part now as well. So if we go ahead and, oh, my cursor is gone, there we go. If we double click on that part there and go top, and there you go. So we can now click the tick as we've saved it all, once Solidworks decides to show my cursor. There we go. Click the tick, and as you'll see, all of the bodies within this part should disappear. But you will still see in your feature tree that you've got all of the features that you made. But don't be alarmed, as this is meant to happen. We will later on use both of these components and assemble them in an assembly. So as you can see, Solidworks is doing its thing, creating these parts, and I'll open them up in a second. So as you can see, they've now disappeared. I'll just rename that to bottle split. Now we will open the top part of the bottle, so I saved it as top twisted bottle 3. Okay, my Solidworks is having an issue at the moment. It could be that one. There we go, so it should have opened now. I'll just get it up. So Solidworks does open these automatically. I did forget about that. So it should open these automatically. So we've got our top part here, and all we need to do for the top part is go ahead and fill at the bottom. So if we put like go onto features and fillet, and I'm going to definitely decrease that to about 3. You can put it to however you want, but I would say 3 is one of the best fillets really for that. And as you can see, it's done it. So if you just save it, and it will update it all, it will update the parent as well file. So basically this is called a child file, and this is a file made from the parent, and if you delete that parent file, then the child file will disappear too. So you can delete these parts if needed, but definitely don't delete the parent, as they all derive back. So we'll open up the bottom part now, and what we want to do is sketch on this face here. So if you select that face and click normal to, we're now going to sketch a circle on this face. So we'll go ahead and go from the origin and make a circle, and then we'll dimension it. I'll make it about 30, actually 25, something like that. Don't make it too large. And then we'll go features and extrude cut. Now we don't want this all the way through, so what we actually want is for it to go down quite a distance. So this is 180, so we'll make it about 140, and it will come up with a preview there. So if you're happy with the length, then click the tick and it will update itself, and there you go, you've got your extrude cut there. If you just rename that to extrude cut or cut in bottle, and we'll go ahead and make this a little bit tidier again with filleting. So we'll go fillet. You can make all of the edges the same fillet if need be, so you can click inside here and go 3mm, and up here 3mm, but it might not necessarily work, so you can do it separately or together. So mine has worked quite nicely actually, so I'll do it all together, but if needs be, then you can click on that edge there, click the tick, and then go for another fillet on the other parts or the other edges. So we've then got our fillet there, so I'll just rename the fillet. So bottle fillet, and then save again. Sorry. So once we've done that, we've got the top and the bottom correct. We'll go ahead and assemble this in part 3 of the video. So I'll see you guys then.